Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Haley and you're watching Between the Pages. I am going to do a reading vlog for Thanksgiving Day weekend. We are going to have a really low-key Thanksgiving. We're not traveling. We're just going to hang out at home and stuff like that. And so I thought I would do a reading vlog, but we're also going to kind of up the stakes and see how much I can read in about 24 hours. So we're going to do in the stopwatch method where when I'm reading, I have the stopwatch going. When I'm not reading, I stop the stopwatch. So we're going to do that. If I go over 24 hours, then that's fine. It's just I want to see how much I can read in 24 hours. I am going to be picking prompts from a prompt jar to help me choose my book. So I'm not doing a pre-picked TBR. So, and also the other rule is I cannot use audiobooks. So it has to be completely like me reading with my eyes because I don't want to waste audiobooks in like 4 days because I have 3 unlocks from Everett and I've not used them yet. So after that extremely long intro, we're going to pick our first book. Yes, this is a pumpkin, sort of pumpkin shaped jar. I thought it was fitting for Thanksgiving. So let's see what the first book is going to be. Or first prompt, rather. Oh, I like this one. So the first one is fantasy pick, which means it can basically be anything on these shelves because if you don't know, most of my stuff that I read is fantasy. So I think I know what I want to pick for this. So for this, I'm going to pick Slaying the Vampire Conqueror by Carissa Broadbent. Is anybody surprised? You shouldn't be. If you're new here, this is a novel set in the Crowns of Nyaxia series. It's recommended that you read it before you read Fallen and Kiss of Dusk, which I've not read yet because these characters pop up in that book. So yeah, I'm going to read this as my first book, and we'll see how far I can get into it tonight. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone who celebrates. If you don't celebrate, I guess have a good Thursday. I read about 2 hours last night, so we have 22 hours left to go in this little reading experiment. I am roughly 100 pages into Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. I am really liking it so far. I love the banter between the main characters, and there hasn't been any... There's been like some tension, but it's not clear what kind of tension it is, but there is some tension between them. So I am really enjoying this. I don't know why I'm surprised because I love anything in the Crowns of Nyaxia universe. So yeah, I'm going to go read more of this. So I have finished Slaying the Vampire Conqueror by Carissa Broadbent, and 5 stars, no notes. Oh my god, I love this series so much. You have no idea. I had a blast reading this, and I cannot wait to tell you guys about it when I go to review it, but 5 stars right out the gate. We are now sitting at about 7 hours on the stopwatch. I'm going to try to get a little bit more reading done tonight. So that means we get to pick another book. Now I have put fantasy pick back in because for this, the same prompt can come up multiple times because I just thought it'd be kind of fun if it did. So I guess we're going to pick this one. This one is romance pick, which you know that is always my favorite. So let me go find one that I want to read. So I've decided to go with Wildcard by Elsie Silver. I am already like 1 chapter in. I did do a try a chapter. I didn't do the try a chapter like video or tag or anything because I was trying to pick between like 3 romances to read. So I read a chapter of this and a couple of other ones, and I really like where this one is going. This is another like age gap taboo romance, and I know Elsie Silver. I also have Flawless by her, and that was one of the ones that I had done a try a chapter of, but I think I want to read this one. I was going to choose The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst, which is like a kind of sort of sequel companion novel to The Spell Shop, but I'm in a smutty mood, so I think I'm going to go with Wildcard. So I will update you in the morning. So I am 100 pages into Wildcard, and I am loving it. It does start out on a miscommunication trope, which is one of my least favorite tropes in romance, but we're slowly working through it. There's not a lot of romantic or sexual tension, yet we're still working through the miscommunication and everything. But yeah, I am really loving this. The timer is sitting at 8.5 hours, so we have 15.5 hours left to go. Again, we don't have anything planned for today. We're doing Thanksgiving tomorrow on Saturday, so I don't know how much reading I'm going to get done tomorrow, so I'm going to try to get as much reading done today. But yeah, I will update you when I'm done. So I have finished Wildcard by Elsie Silver, and I loved every minute of it. The last 50 pages, I was like on the edge of my seat reading because it was just so intense, and this definitely makes me want to pick up more in this series. This is book number 4, but I wasn't sure if I was going to like the series or the writing or anything, so I did. So definitely going to pick up more of these, which means we are sitting at 13 hours, so we are a little bit past halfway for this experiment. About 12 hours to go, or less than 12 hours. So that means we need to pick another book. So let's see what we're going to pick this time. Oh, we got newest adult owl crate, which means I'm going to have to go look at my spreadsheet to see which one that is. So my latest adult owl crate is A Hemlock and Silver by T. Kingfisher. I have never read a T. Kingfisher book before, so we'll see how this goes. This is one that I'm not quite sure about, but we'll see. So I'm going to start reading this, and then I will probably update you in the morning. So I'm about 115 pages into Hemlock and Silver. It is very slow going. I'm not entirely sure like what the plot's going to end up being. It is still intriguing me. I don't think I'm going to read anything this morning. It is about an hour until we do our family dinner, and so I don't really have a lot of mental capacity right now. We won't get into that right now. But yeah, I don't have the mental capacity to read this right now. I may try to listen to a little bit of Life and Death if I feel like it, which the whole point of doing this video was to give me a break from Life and Death, because I am struggling really hard through that book right now. And my whole Twilight reading vlog. I don't know how I'm going to feel afterward either. Hopefully, I will still get some reading done. I have about 8 hours left in this whole project. So as long as I get a little bit of reading, maybe like 2 or 3 hours done tonight after family dinner and after everybody leaves, so I can kind of like decompress. So yeah, that's just where we're sitting right now. So I am 60 pages from the end of Life and Death. I think I'm going to continue this because I am so close to finishing it anyway. There's about 5 hours, well, we're at 19 hours right now, so that's roughly 5 hours left in this little project. It is now Sunday, so we definitely need to get this done. Like I said, I'm going to finish the last 60 pages of Life and Death, and then I'm going to continue in Hemlock and Silver. I would love to finish Hemlock and Silver along with Life and Death and have this end on like 4 books. We'll see. If I don't finish this, I am going to try and get as far as possible in it. But yeah, so these are the reading plans for today. So let's just get started. So we have reached the end of the 24-hour readathon, and I feel like I did really good. I am less than 100 pages from the end of Hemlock and Silver. I was considering DNFing this until a certain thing happened, and like now I am fully on board. Like we were like barreling towards the end of this book the climax, finding out who the poisoner is, and like everything that's been happening this entire book. So I am really interested. I do think that I'm probably going to unhaul it just because I don't think this is a story I would come back to. But yeah, I have almost finished this, so we're not going to quite count it as a complete, but I am about 75% done with it. So if you want to consider that completed, then I completed this book. But for the books that we actually completed for this, I finished Life and Death because I was already halfway through it. And then I read Wildcard and Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. So these will join the books on my ledge. At least these two will. This one's going straight to my bookshelf. But yeah, these, I guess technically these were the 4 books that we read for this readathon, and I really hope you have enjoyed it. Let me know if you want me to do these again on another holiday weekend. I would be totally interested in doing that. But yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye!